Ask Hamza who scored what was voted City's best ever goal, and ask Veta to name. I'll go to V first on this, to name 5 players that played at Main Road.
Oh,
we're done with it.
Oh, me.
Yes. Can I just say what I wanted to say? Because I think Hamza didn't
Can
hear
name
me.
20 players.
Hang on. It's a question for V from the Super Chatter.
well, I just became a fan yesterday, so I couldn't answer that question. Honestly, I just became a Manchester City fan yesterday, Rolly. So you'll have to ask someone else that question.
So back to you.
Yeah, Hamza, just because people watch Manchester City does not mean that you're entertaining. Manchester City are one of the most boring clubs to watch play football in the league. This is just a fact. Like, it's just, there's nothing entertaining about pass left, pass right 500 times. It has nothing to do with jealousy either. Entertainment is subjective. You're just very greedy. You just want everyone to call you the most entertaining, and you want to win everything and all this. Bro, it's okay if people don't find you entertaining. I don't know why you guys want to cry about everything. As a neutral, or as someone who has nothing to do with City, watching Manchester City play football is not enjoyable to watch. What do? Pass left, pass right 500 times, and then goal. That's it. That's literally the repeat of the Man City games. I'd rather watch United. I'd rather watch Liverpool. I'd rather watch Arsenal. I'd rather watch Spurs. I'd rather watch any of these clubs than watch you. Me doing a watch along does not mean that I'm jealous. It just means this is what I do. This is football. You get me? This is my work now, Habibi.
Like, I don't watch Star Wars. I don't watch Star Wars in my life and Star Trek in my life. You know why? Because I don't.
You cannot compare movies to football. Makes sense to me. You cannot compare movies to football.
Boring things no one watches. Why would you watch a boring thing for 3 hours?
It was either this or Spurs, Hamza.
There we go. This here says, watching Hussam and Mo's faces, they are not buying anything Hamza is saying right now. Jerome also says, City colonized the Premier League, and now they will drop the 115 charges and spit in the faces of other fan bases. It's a disgrace. Sorry, that's from Enigma. Sorry. City need to buy Bisic from Inter Milan.
City don't it's a right center back. City don't need to buy anyone.
No.
City need to get charged. That's what needs to happen.
Africa Cat here says, Terry, hold that. If 19 teams can't play, I have no squirrel in the fight as Liverpool is out. City is better. They win. I can't condone mediocre students. Oh, look, I think if they win, they win. It is what it is. And I have to hold. I don't want rivals of mine to win. I don't want anyone to win but Man United. What I don't think is that we're in a Farmers League. I don't believe that's the case. Unless we want to redefine what Farmers League means. It used to mean this league's full of lots of really, really, really poor teams and it's uncompetitive. I look at, if you're going to call a league a Farmers League, I look at teams, and PSG have done this many times. They're in a title race, 4 or 5 points ahead. They've got a big Champions League game, and they can rest 11 players at the weekend whilst they're still fighting for a league title, knowing they're probably going to still win. That doesn't and can't happen in the Prem. If City today rotated 11 first-team players, or even 8 first-team players, they may still win, but I just don't see that being done. That was what I always used to think we defined as like a Farmers League. Now suddenly it's changed to when you've got a team that's most dominant, which, by the way, means that the Premier League's always been a Farmers League, because Man United won 13 out of the first, 20? And Arsenal won a few. Between Arsenal and Man United, we won them all, which basically means it was always a Farmers League. That's why I can't have it redefined, because it then takes away from what my team and my manager did in our pomp. So I just can't. I can't jump on board with that one. Reminds you of Arsenal's Invincibles, isn't it, Hamza? You love that time as an Arsenal fan, is what Jerome says.
Arsenal Invincible, one of the greatest team, man. Respect that. No, I was not an Arsenal fan, but they thumped us, I remember, with Danny Mills. Henry destroyed it.
Oh, did Hamza slip up there?
No, I said, as a Man City fan, I remember Danny Mills.
You exposed yourself for 3 seconds.
You just said we.
No, I said
we.
Yeah. City.
Oh, sorry. What is it? I wanted to ask you guys about Rodri today. Everyone knows how brilliant he is. It was another top-class performance, but it's 48 games unbeaten in the Premier League for him when he started, and I think it's 72 games in all competitions. Are we, Mo, looking at someone who already goes into sort of the top 15, top 10, maybe even higher central midfielders in Premier League history?
He's absolutely one of the best. He's one of the best. He actually changed the way we look at DMs and central midfielders.
He's adding the attacking option to it. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. He's arguably one of the best DMs to ever play the game, along with the triple. And I said that many times. He added the goals and the assists. He's absolutely amazing. I don't think he's had a fantastic season like last season. Yes, he hasn't lost games, but I thought last season he was better than this season. This season he added the goals and the assists, but it's still this City team has a lot of new elements to it. It's a lot of the Dokus, the Gavardiols, and there's still a lot of new elements. John Stones was not fit all season, and Kevin De Bruyne as well. But I think this guy, if they keep going like this, is gonna go down to one of the best midfielders to ever play the game. He's impeccable. He's absolutely fantastic. The way he passes the ball around, the way he contributes offensively. He's a very entertaining guy to watch. One of the entertaining guys to watch at Manchester City. And I think that he's impeccable. He's absolutely fantastic. It's a shame that he wasn't included in Player of the Season. It's absolutely a shame from the Premier League, including other players in there. And I don't know what are they thinking, to be honest. I think they wanted to give it to somebody else. He's not included. Arguably, he should have won Ballon d'Or last season. He's absolutely fantastic and amazing. There is no words to describe Rodri other than he changed the way we look at midfielders, at DMs, by having the goals and the assists, to be honest.
Look, I agree.
Player of the season, to be fair. I think he should have won it.
I mean, not even being in the top 8 is crazy. I do agree. I look at him and I think of the great midfielders, Scholes and Keane and Carrick. You look at Lampard. You look at Ballack, Claude Makelele. Obviously, there's players like Yaya Toure, David Silva, KDB are all on that list.
Yeah,
and he's in there with all of them. He is in those conversations 110% because he's done everything. Dominant in games, consistent performer, won the trophies, and he's just phenomenal.
Absolutely. The thing with him is this season, I don't know whether because Gundogan left and he's doing his job and he's doing Gundogan's job as well. So you'll see him going far, he'll come back. I think he's probably trekking a lot of kilometers this year. He's elevated himself from like 100 to 150%. We've seen great players and great midfield like Makelele, Patrick Vieira, Roy Keane, Steven Gerrard in this league. Yeah. I said Roy Keane, Steven Gerrard.
Oh, you lost Steven Gerrard. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Steven Gerrard. We've seen them. And I said it. I believe that KDB will be the greatest. But the only threat for KDB is this Rodri guy. To him becoming the greatest Man City player of all time. He's that good. And he plays like Busquets, but what he has on top of Busquets is the fact that he scores goals. If he played in Spain, oh my God, he would cook. He would absolutely mullet it. He would have mulleted La Liga, mulleted it. Because he's playing a physical league, this guy is like a machine. I've never seen a player. Patrick Vieira was great defensively, but hardly scored goals. He scores goals and he does what Patrick Vieira does. Not only that, he's a leader. Big games, he leads. He scores in Champions League final. Who scores in the Champions League final when you need him? Zidane, the great players. So to me, when I see him, I'm thinking, we're so lucky to have, he's the best by far. He's in a league of his own as the best. And shame to the FA. Shame to the FA. It's so shameless that the world was, people messaging me from Kenya.
It's not the FA. It's not the FA. It's not the FA. It's the Premier League. The Premier League.
They're shameful. They're corrupt. How do you not include him? Biggest corruption. That person should be sacked. Completely sacked. How can he not be top 9? They got all the walk-ins. They got all the walk-ins ahead of Rodri deep down.
I hear you.
It's mad.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. Go on, V.
I just want to say I don't want to call out the Prem too much because we know that something's still looming. So easy on the Prem talk. But I want to say that Rodri was absolutely amazing, and his quality in terms of this entire season, with the exception of some not able to play because of too many yellows and not being able to do that, and his impact on the game is evident. When he plays, we win. We don't lose. Now, I also want to point out KDB, I believe, I could be wrong, but I think he's either matched or surpassed the assist record within the Prem. And the only player ahead of him is
Ryan Giggs.
your guy.
He's gone joint second now on 111 with
Fabregas.
Fabregas. Yeah, so he's just, I think he's like 50 odd behind Ryan Giggs.
So when we talk about being blessed with quality, if the conversation, I agree with you, Professor, if it's Rodri who can get close to what KDB's been doing for us, and KDB I think has another 2-3 years with us, absolutely amazing. I'm gonna drop, unfortunately, Terry. I need to study the Spurs game because I play them on Tuesday.
Okay, mate, no worries at all. This here from Lively says, look at the City fans can't even answer questions about their club's history. They just sat on and Googled answers. Plastic fans is laughable. Arsenal and City are not the same as entertaining versus other teams. I'm an Arsenal fan. I hear you there. If it was another club with charges, they won't waste time and drop points on them. See Everton and Forest. Everton and Forest situation is very different. They've not been charged with potentially committing fraud, so it's a fundamentally different case. Hamza is a liar. City paid 20 million euros for Akanji because he had 9 months left. He was a starter, not a fifth place centre back, is what's been said here. Hamza, I do have one more question for you. Thank you for the super chat. You didn't say anything, but thank you. I was sent this earlier on today, and I thought I'd wait for you to be on the stream.
You're gonna do the Real Madrid, yeah?
What is this?
Oh, Terry.
What is this, Hamza?
Terry.
Hamza.
Okay, Terry.
Hamza.
I know.
Hamza.
Terry, 1 second. I lost a bet when we got dunked by Real Madrid and the Mahrez, and I bet a Real Madrid fan. I said, if we lose that, I'll wear the shirt, and he will wear my shirt. So I took that shot. Look at me. I'm not happy. I'm very sad. Oh, I can't believe my friend put that photo in. He's a Real Madrid fan, and he said if they beat Bayern, he was going to release that photo, and he released it. But I do buy shirts. I've got Ajax for Kluivert, I've got AC Milan legend, I've got Inter shirt, I've got I just buy kits. But this one, he set me up. And guys, I apologize. I'm not that bad.